Welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet this slouchy hat, which you can wear in two ways. So you can fold this brim and wear it as a slightly slouchy hat, or you can open this one like this and use it as a very slouchy hat. And I've used for this hat this yarn, which is a mix of wool and alpaca, and I think this one is a drops yarn, yeah. And we're gonna use a 5.5 millimeter hook, or even a 6 if you want. So let's get started. So I'm gonna start with the brim, which is here. So this is single crochet done in the back loop, and then I'm gonna move to the top. So this pattern looks really nice if you use a thicker yarn. So as I don't have, I'm going to use 2 strands of DK yarn and a 5.5 millimeter hook. You can change this yarn type, so you can use like iron weight yarn or simply chunky yarn. That would work as well. So slip knot and chain as many as you want. So it is the thickness of the brim. So I'm going to do 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. So I've got 13 chains, and now I'm going to move into the first round. So I'm going to do 1 single crochet into each. So you can either use the back loop of the chains, or you can just do single crochet into each of the chains. So you're going to skip always the first one, go into the second one, and I'm going to use the back loop and do my single crochet. So let's do it again. Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. So let's try to get it now. Yes, and you're gonna have 12 single crochet, and the last one. So I've got 12 stitches, and now moving to the second round, what I'm gonna do is going to be slightly different. So chain 1. So I'm gonna skip the chain 1, skip the first stitch, and I'm gonna work into the second one, which is here, and I'm gonna use the back loop only. So go into the second one and into the back loop, and this chain 1 that you've done here is gonna be the first stitch. So this is this one is the second one, and I'm going to continue. So instead of doing chain 1 then single crochet into the first, I'm going to do chain 1, skip the first one, and then go into the second and start doing your single crochet. So by doing so, you're going to have much straighter edge. So that's I'm doing like this. Then count your stitches. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 single crochet, and the first one is going to be this chain 1. So I've got 12 stitches, and I'm going to move into the next round. Chain 1, turn and skip the first stitch. So this is the chain 1, this is the first stitch, this is the second one, and you're going to work into the second one using the back of the stitch, so like this. and continue. So this is the second single crochet, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, oops, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So I've got 10 single crochet, and you can see, you can't see anymore the stitch, but you have to work into the chain 1 of the last round, which is hidden here. You see it's hiding, so you'll have to go to the back loop only of that chain and then do the single crochet. So you have now 11 single crochet plus the chain 1, so total of 12. So I'm going to continue like this: chain 1, turn work, skip the first stitch, go into the second one, do 11 single crochet because the first one is always the chain, so total of 12, and repeat this pattern. And if you don't like this pattern over here, you just chain 1, single crochet in each of the stitches, then in each round just chain 1 and continue doing like this. So that would work as well. It's just a matter of choice. So continue the work. Oopsie. Oopsie. And now again you can't see anymore the stitch here, so you need to go and you see the chain and go into the back of the chain and do the last single crochet. And once you continue for a few rounds, you can see the result. So I'm going to continue like this for a total of 54 rounds. So I've continued the work for 54 rounds, and it should measure 18 inches without stretching, and if you stretch it should be like 22 inches. Now I'm gonna fold it in half and join by using the back loops of both sides. So to start, the first one is going to be going to the back loop of the other side and slip stitch. So this is your first one, and then you're gonna slip stitch into the next 11. So you're going to skip this one, the first one, and go into the second and start joining. So total 12. And the last one. And now we're going to continue the work. The first round is going to be a round of single crochet using the same color of yarn. So you're going to do 1 single crochet for each of the rounds. So you've got 54, you're going to have 54 single crochet. Start with the chain 1, which actually doesn't count as a stitch. So the next is going to be the first one. You're going to work into this little space that you can see, this under the loop, and also into this one, which is kind of a stitch, so side of the stitch. So I'm going to go into that one, you see, and do the first single crochet. You can put a stitch marker on top if you want. And the next is going to be into this space here. So I've got 2 for the 2 rounds, and I'm going to continue going to the next, so, and then the next, and continue like this. So I'm in my last 2 stitches, and this one is the last one. And you're gonna slip stitch into the first single crochet, so go into that one and slip stitch. And before slip stitching, if you want to switch yarn, so what you have to do is insert the hook into the first single crochet like this, and grab the new yarn and do a slip knot first, and then grab the slip knot, so grab the loop like this and go through, pull, and that's it, and you're ready to go for your second round. So what I'm gonna do is chain 2, 1 and 2, and this doesn't count as a stitch, so I'm gonna go into the same stitch and do a double crochet. So the double crochet is the first stitch, so put a stitch marker on top, and you're going to continue doing 1 into each, so you're going to have 54 double crochet, so like this. And once you finish the round, you're going to slip stitch to the first half double crochet, take the stitch marker off, so you need to ignore this chain 2 and go into the first double crochet and then slip stitch like this, and you're going to repeat the same thing, which is chain 2, 1 and 2, go into the same and do a double crochet, so, and put the stitch marker back on and continue doing your double crochet. So to finish this round, you'll need to slip stitch again to the first double crochet and continue the work like this, so chain 2, double crochet the same, and for a total of 12 rounds of double crochet. So I've done 2, you need to do 10 more rounds of double crochet, so chain 2 and go into the same and do your double crochet and continue the work like this. It's really easy and simple, so just continue. So after 12 rounds it will look like this, so very long, and the last 2 rounds is going to be chain 2 and then double crochet the same. And what you're gonna do with the next 2, you're gonna do 2 double crochet together, so yarn over and go into the next. So you're gonna have 3 loops, so go through first 2, so you're gonna have 2 loops, yarn over and go into the next, go through first 2 loops, and you're gonna have 3 loops into the hook, so go through all 3, and then you're gonna continue this pattern of 1 2. So next is going to be 1 double crochet and then double crochet 2 together, so the same thing, and you're going to repeat this pattern all the way, so 1 and then 2. And the last 2 2 together, so then slip stitch to the first double crochet, and the last round is going to be a round of double crochet 2 together only, so I'm going to do chain 2 and continue doing 2 together, so yarn over and go into the same, go through first 2 loops, yarn over and go into the next, go through first 2 loops and then go through all 3 and continue like this. and I'm gonna finish with a slip stitch to the first double crochet. So, and then chain 1, cut the yarn, and that's it. So what you can do now is weave in. So take a big needle and weave in. So before doing so, you'll have to turn it. So after weaving the end, it's time to close this hole. So what you're going to do, take a needle with some thread, not thread, yarn, and you're going to start with any point and insert it like this, and then pull, and now go from the inner side, skip one stitch and go into the next one. So like this, go all the way through, skipping one and going into the next, and then again from the inner side, so like this. And continue the round. And that's it. And now you're going to pull both the ends like this and tie. So make a knot, pull tight, and do it again, and again, and let's see if how it is now. So it's pretty close, you can see there's no hole. To finish the hat, you'll just need to weave all the ends and you're ready to go. And if you're making this hat, don't forget to share with me in my Instagram account, and you can also find the written pattern in my Etsy shop, which is linked in the description box below. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done yet. See you next time. Bye.